Who am I? Why am I here? Two of the most sought after questions, and these two channels of higher wisdom help paint a picture for you to discover that for yourself.
That they are beginning to perceive reality in an important way, that it is a projection of consciousness, that it isn't really real, that it isn't really around you, that you don't really live in it, that physical reality exists within you. As we have said previously, during some of these transmissions, the idea of evolving, the idea of raising your frequency, the idea of ascension, the idea of becoming more sensitive, more aware of what you really are and what physical reality experience really is that you finally get to the point where you realize that you actually are the dimension you previously thought you existed in. So, to put it in other terms, most of you still think on the planet that your spirit is inside your body. No, your body is inside your spirit. It's just that your spiritual focus is narrowed down to the parameters of the physical experience. But when you expand your concept of spirit and consciousness, it's that you expand beyond the parameters of the physical focus. You include the body within the greater consciousness that you are. It's a part of you. It's an experience within you. But it's not that the spirit is actually leaving the body. It's just expanding beyond it to include it as part of the experience, but it also becomes so much more than just the experience of the physical personality.
And the first thing we need to do is recognize that we are not the thoughts, but we have thoughts. Once we understand this, we can essentially extract our consciousness from living in the story of thoughts to instead be an observer of the thought process. Now you've discovered two levels to your intelligence, the one that is knowing your thoughts and the thought personality. So once you can discern the difference between who you are as personal consciousness and what your personality is as a memory-based creation, then you can open yourself up to connect with other forms of intelligence that can also provide their qualities of information. So you learn how to disconnect your consciousness from being the personality, find yourself as a greater state of awareness, and then, deal one, you desire to know God or know your higher self. You want to understand that it's a greater part of you. There are infinite beings in creation, and you most certainly can connect to other beings. There's lots of beings in every different dimension. But if you want to connect to your higher self, you really must understand that you are God, that you are this perfect, eternal experience. You may not be able to comprehend what these words mean, but you have to be open to this reality. Being open to the possibility, combined with having the desire, will carry your consciousness into a direct connection with this universal intelligence, with this higher self state. So first, dear ones, quiet your mind by realizing you're not the thoughts, you're a separate consciousness from the personality, and then from that place of deeper consciousness, desire to go to source. And as you do this, as you remain with a silent mind, the communication will naturally flow into you. Because you see, what will happen, dear ones, is as you're staying with a silent mind, you're still going to have random thoughts appearing. But your mind wants to learn. Your mind wants to create happiness. That's what it's designed to do. So when you're expanded into the universe, your human self is still going to be asking questions and seeking answers. And automatically that human self communicates through you into your higher self state. We often call it the lower mind within the body and brain, communicates into the higher mind. And the consciousness facilitates this process by being aware of both the lower mind and the higher mind at the same time. So what we often notice is we're sitting in meditation, we're feeling our oneness with the all that is, we're feeling our oneness with God, and a thought pops up, a desire pops up, a question pops up out of the body, and we feel it rising up into the brain, and we feel it actually going beyond the brain because we're connected even higher. And then after that thought appears in the universe, if we're just surrendered into this state, the universe will speak back through the body. And you'll hear it, and you'll feel it, and your body will know it. So the communication process happens automatically because the human mind wants to learn and grow and awaken. We just have to realize that we are the consciousness, connect into the all that is, and then just allow. Intuition appears, higher communication appears. You, dear ones, are eternal. Now we realize you're remembering this. You forgot it when you were born, and you're awakening to remember it. But in every moment, dear one, you are here simply to shine your heart. You are God. You are God for eternity. And everything that you perceive is God as well. Everything is the infinite self experiencing itself without limitation. If you feel your heart, you'll remember this. And if you express while feeling your heart, your words and your actions and your emotions will have a different quality. You truly are here to love your life. Don't try to escape it by trying to find God in some other dimension. There are other dimensions, and many of them have more happiness than here, but you've chosen to become here. This human reality is what you've decided to give to yourself. So embrace it. Embrace it with your heart. And when you're in your heart's energy, beautiful things happen. Your mind immediately starts building a new understanding. When you're feeling love, you'll think about all the grudges you want to let go of and all the people you want to forgive. And you'll start thinking about all the changes you want to put into your life to make your human life a better experience. Just by being in your heart and awakening this energy of love, all of this creative power shines through you. And your human self becomes inspired to create the life that you've always wanted to live. So feel your heart and love your life and be not afraid. Souls in this world, they're learning how to awaken. We all are on the same ship together. And we will be of great service to ourselves and each other by trusting our hearts and living with love.